The expansion of the Pell Grants into workforce development is an amazing opportunity for everyone in higher education. This is a chance to expand access, change lives, and support our communities. My name is Liz Simpson. I am a Senior Solutions Consultant with IntelliBoard, and today I'm going to be sharing an overview of how data visibility at your institution will be critical to the success of this. For a quick word about IntelliBoard, we are a learning analytics platform. We transform your learning data to drive action. Where we stand apart is that we work with your existing academic technology to give you deep understanding and reveal critical insights. We work with most LMSs such as Canvas, Moodle, Blackboard, Brightspace, D2L. Whatever your LMS is, we center that teaching and learning data. We can also then add critical data points from your student record system, typically demographic information, and then pair these systems together to deliver role-based dashboards to your people. LMS data lives in one place. It is ever evolving and changing as students hand in work and instructors grade. SIS data lives in another place. It is the system of record and our source of truth. Two different things, never meant to be siloed, but putting the most critical SIS data with the LMS data can be very valuable. When we work to get these data points and dashboards into your hands of your people appropriately, teachers see themselves in the courses they are teaching and their students. High-level administrators at a college see everyone and everything. Advisors and liaisons see their caseload of students across all the courses. And this visibility is critical to our future. The landscape of the workforce is changing, and this workforce education is critical to our national economic strategy. And community colleges are where this all comes together. Skills-based hiring, in turn, further supports credentialing and stackable credentials, which can get our people into meaningful work while still in school, furthering that career. We need short-term pathways and ways to measure outcomes which are not necessarily tied to the attainment of a degree. The Bipartisan Workforce Pell Act has expanded Pell Grants to support short-term, high-quality programs. The point is rapid workforce entry, career advancement, and affordable training. In the support of these programs, we need to focus on the employer-aligned pathways, how to best pull out the progression in stackable credentials, and then consider how we can make this transparent and measurable. This funding comes with the expectation of visibility, measurement, and scalability. And generally speaking, this is an area of improvement for most institutions. We're asking of programs things that have never been asked of them before. So Title IV funding comes with some specific expectations, and most of it centers on tracking student attendance and progression. In practice, the learning management systems and the student information systems are separated, so identifying these students can be very challenging. And the result is that without support, there's a lot of very manual work to be done. Workforce data is typically fragmented, scattered across the departments, and visibility comes too late for intervention. And the frustrating part is that institutions already have this data. What you need is the support to make it visible to your people. You need real-time visibility into learner participation, engagement, persistence, program progression, completion risk. Short-term programs have compressed timelines. That means smaller intervention windows and faster reporting cycles. In many of these courses, the census period, that first 10% period in which students must attend to receive funding, could be only a single day. Workforce initiatives require earlier signals so you all can make faster decisions. A specific item which I've seen come up as a challenge is accurately managing attendance data. For Title IV, of which this Workforce Pell expansion is a part of, we've got some specific rules around attendance. At the heart of it, students must attend within the first 10% of the course. Some systems call this the census date or the census window. If a student does not attend, they are dropped. While the window is open, it is all hands support, making sure that all of the students get in so they can stay in. Everyone, instructors, advisors, leadership, need to keep a close eye on the reality of this window. When you look at anything with an online or an asynchronous delivery method, we need to keep special eye on submission activity. The easiest way to manage this is to make sure that every student hands in something to your LMS during that 10% window. You then have a clean and consistent date of entry across everyone, which can be archived in your LMS and easily compared and analyzed later as needed. We also need to keep careful eye on the in-person attendance. However, your institution tracks that and the credential progression of each student. It is normal for them to come in and out of credentials. That is the point, so that they can get a small one, find meaningful work, and earn another in a few months or years, depending on their needs and the need of their employers. That is important. And it is much more complicated than tracking whether or not a student has earned their associates. There's more to it than counting credits. We need to think about scalable, consistent systems that can support both learner success and compliance needs. This is where we can help. By pulling together the key data from your learning management system, your student information system, and even additional resources as well, we can help you centralize workforce visibility, monitor your learners' engagement, identify students at risk, and then also behind the scenes support your workflows and processes to do what they need to do. And the way that we do that is we center the student across the environments in which we need to consider them. While a course is active, their instructors and advisors have the data they need to intervene and support. We can also follow that student across their academic career. The point is to centralize what needs to be centralized, standardize the reporting, and make sure that the critical data of each of your systems is visible to the people who need it. We have a couple central report templates that we use broadly to inform and support anything specific to your institution. The first I want to chat about is the first submission monitoring dashboard, which focuses on that critical 10% window in each course. A key data point here is the first thing a student has handed in, per student per course. The date and time they've handed in something is a clean and consistent date of entry. More importantly, who hasn't turned something in? Who do we need to chase or find before that window closes? For advisors and instructors, we are handing them the list of students who need critical support. For our friends in the registrar's office and academic leadership, it is support for compliance, audits, and enrollment and budget management. And most importantly, for the students, it's ensuring they get the financial aid disbursement they're counting on and that aid is being used well. We typically import critical demographic data from the student record system, so then we can identify your special populations who need some extra support. For projects where we need more general information, we typically use the Learner Success Dashboard as a template. Among many other data points, we're taking a careful look at when students hand in work, their access, their progression, and then trends across the courses. It was built for advisors, but I strongly recommend that institutions use it whenever we need to think about student data across many courses in a given environment. It is an excellent base for many projects. It excels when we need to consider minors as a special population, which does come up. And the point is to build a long-term, scalable infrastructure to take the data you already have and allow visibility, accountability, and support student success. It all layers together to support our students and our communities. And we would love the opportunity to be your partners in this. So please scan the QR code or email Carol, our Director of Sales, and she will gladly schedule conversations. So I appreciate everyone's time, and I really look forward to learning more about you and the institution and the work you are all doing to support our people and our communities.